someone who you think.
Yeah, Antonio, look.
No,
You got a bunch
go
of
look
grades
at
too.
the chart. Thank you.
And Derek. Huh. You know, you are making some progress in this class. You know that.
Me, you know, you're making some progress in this class. You know that, right?
Yes, you give yourself points for getting 4 out of 6.
Yeah, but you get your primary grade when you get probably 100.
Oh, did she just give you 6 points?
Yep.
Cool, go put them down.
So that's.
I want to give Antonio points because he was patient and didn't go up and plug up the area, but he also did an excellent job on his test. I was really proud of him. Tatiana did an amazing job on her test. She gave herself a point. Take a seat. From here, we need to remember, we're not done with Pythagorean theorem, right? We're going to retake this test, as always.
We not?
Do you want to go for exceeding in some of them?
Huh?
We're not?
We're not done. We're going to retake the test, so we're going to relearn it and retake it. Again.
Is that a huge accomplishment right there? Why are you trying to push us more?
Yeah, do you see every single dot being green?
See, now you
Yeah.
take the love out the room.
Every single dot on that page is going to be green. Because I was so excited going to that test yesterday. You guys were so prepared and so ready to work that I think that anyone who got an EG made silly mistakes. I'm almost positive about that. Because you guys knew the Pythagorean theorem by the back of your hand. And you knew how to classify triangles.
So when they take the test, so I could be on the computer.
Maybe, yeah, we'll talk about it. We're not going to worry about that now, though.
Okay, but see, the question is, how many of those objectives do we have to take?
Can I think about it and get back to you? So we can get back to learning?
Yeah, you got almost the entire day to think about it.
All right, check with me later. Here's what's important, guys. We are starting.
I know you.
Which one? Do you remember?
You ain't
Not what
telling
it's
me all
called.
that.
Not what it's called, but do you remember what's special about this unit?
You get to use the Pythagorean theorem?
So favorite, you know.
You remember, here's the point. This is my all-time favorite unit. This is like Miss Warren geeked out to like the millionth degree.
Didn't you
Seriously.
tell us what it was? Didn't you say
Yeah.
geography, something like that?
There's an ometry in it.
Geometry.
No.
Okay, so now
I'm gonna spell it out. Ready?
Trigonometry.
Trigonometry. Which sounds super complicated and hard, but you are going to see after today, you have all the tools to be successful.
And why do you like that word?
I love it. I just love everything about it. You'll see. It's so cool and so fun and new, and it's going to prepare you for Algebra 2. So I keep tutoring my kids from last year, and they keep coming back to me, and they're like, sorry, I remember you taught us about sine, cosine, and tangent last year, and I was like, no, because it's what you do next year. It's Algebra 2 entry. What? She comes and I have her. But we'll talk about it later. So what I would like you guys to do is to please turn over to the Introduction to New Material.
Well, I'm still in beat right now.
Oh, don't worry about that. I want us to move on because I love our learning time. Here's what's really important. I have never done this before, so you know if I'm doing this today, it's gotta be important. This has gotta be really important. We are going to do something called explicit vocabulary instruction. So it's similar to what you do in lit. We're actually going to talk about the meaning of words because these new words in this unit are going to be so important that we have to get the definition right in order for everything else to go right.
Don't you already teach us new words like Pythagorean theorem and all those words?
I already do, but these ones we're going to like talk about the definition. We're going to talk about similar words. We're going to talk about the opposite words, things like that.
So you mean synonyms, antonyms, and things like that?
Here's the point. All right, here we go. Define adjacent. So here's this first word we're going to use. It's called adjacent. It is next to. So write the word next to something else. So to be adjacent to something. It's in your fault. In your. He's being nice to you.
Look. He pushed it up.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. That's just like when you taught us them angles and you said that it was adjacent. It's like those kind of.
So next to or having.
You said next to something.
Next to something, comma, having a common point
What you said.
or segment. And I'm going to draw you an example on the board when you're
Having
done.
a what? Having a what?
Common point or segment. I know. You need glasses, Chico.
Thank you.
All right.
I just don't know. Well, can I just use this if you
Do
want?
you want me to zoom in, Tati?
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet.
They drew a picture on the boy.
You don't have to draw the picture. I just want you to look up when you're done.
I was talking about for you.
Good job, just remember. I'm going to use our new word adjacent in a sentence, and I'm going to refer to that picture right there. So if you need to think about what I'm talking about, we're going to look at the picture on the board. I'm going to tell you that angle A is adjacent to angle B.
It's next.
Can someone tell me why? Why is angle A adjacent to angle B? Think about the definition.
Because it's next to. Or
Next
it's
to, and what else?
It's either next to or it has
Okay.
a common point or segment.
Does it have a common point or common segment?
Segment.
Here we go. This ray right here that they have in common, right? That is the common segment between A and B. Tati, come here.
Okay, so what's the difference between a linear pair and adjacent?
Let's get back to that because I think linear pairs are,
Adjacent.
but I want you to draw that on the board in a second. But first I want Tati to help me out with something. Right now, come here, hon. Tatiana and I are next to each other. Are we adjacent?
No.
Have it now.
Yes.
See the difference?
Mhm.
Are your desks adjacent?
Yes.
These ones are. Say why. They have this common
Line.
the segment. Okay, go sit down. So in your example sentence, you can say, how about this? Let's use what Chance said.
Oh, you talking about that linear pair?
Yeah, so why don't we use that as our sentence? What is it? Tell me in an example sentence.
I said, how is a linear pair the same?
You want to say two angles that are a linear pair are
Adjacent.
beautiful. I love it. Two angles. And I'm going to draw a picture for you when you're done. Two angles that are a linear pair are adjacent. And make sure you're spelling it ADJACENT. And here's my little picture of that.
It's been a while since I
It
saw
has
linear.
been a while. Jeez Louise, you're so right. There you have it. Two angles that are a linear pair are adjacent. Rockstar. I was going to skip this question, but I think you guys
Got it.
are ready to take it to the next level. So I'm going to ask you.
So me what?
Okay. Think about this. Okay. I moved to Chicago, and I was looking for a place to live.
Right.
I was looking in a neighborhood, and I saw houses, and I was checking out those houses, and Dion, the houses were so expensive. They were like
$600.
way more a month than my apartment. I live in an apartment, okay? Why do you think an apartment, think about this while I talk there, why do you think an apartment might be cheaper than a house using the word adjacent? Dion, come here, sit up. You don't have time for this.
Because they kind of share like the same space or like the same thing you're looking for.
Think about it, formulate an idea, I'm gonna ask you one second.
Here, I'll take it.
How do you think words?
I have a favor to ask of you. When you are done with this, will you share your time with Mr. D? He's begging you.
I finished.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, then you don't even need to. I highlighted the problems that you need to redo. I gave you an example, and I put these down here. So we're going to do a squared plus b squared blank c squared. That's what we're doing here, and this is your biggest one, so you're going to put that as your c squared. Whatever you get as your answer for 21 through 24, just circle it on here, okay? And then I'll grade it. Alright, Antonio, before you go, and I'll let you step out. Why do you think an apartment, using the word adjacent, is cheaper than a house? Why do you think an apartment is cheaper? They are different. Think about an apartment.
Apartments, a piece of it.
Okay.
It's smaller.
Yeah, think about if my apartment's really big though. Keep going.
And then a house, and you gotta with, then with a house, you gotta, cause in the apartment is like the people living upstairs and people living downstairs.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I was about to draw. Okay, so in an apartment, like here's Miss Horn's apartment, right? And then here's like Bobby's apartment.
Who is Bob?
I don't know. My neighbor. Do we have 2 walls separating us?
Where you at?
Yeah, y'all got like a line.
We have that shared wall in between. That's why I can hear them when they talk next door. This house, notice.
But wait, I just
Costs
got
more.
one question.
Yeah.
If you live upstairs and you live downstairs, don't y'all still got that little space in between y'all?
Yeah, I mean there's like a little bit of space here, but think about this. You're actually building all this
Next to each other.
and then all this again
Next to each
because it's a house as opposed to the one wall that you have in between an apartment.
Why you got a townhouse?
Townhouses work too because think about it. Upstairs, downstairs, you're sharing that one floor, right?
other.
So that's why it's cheaper, is because you don't have to build 2 outside walls. You're sharing a wall between you 2. Therefore, my apartment is,
Cheap.
use our vocab word,
Adjacent.
to, yeah, to Bobby. Perfect. I'm adjacent to Bobby, and therefore, it's cheaper. Can I go?
Yeah, but see, what I don't get is when you say house, I have an apartment, and my room is like right there. And then I got a wall. No, I'm saying like I got a wall. Like my sister's room is like a couple of blocks away from me. Like they not outside, but they live like right there. And then my mom, me and her share like a wall between each other.
And so your
Right.
rooms are,
Adjacent.
love it. All right. The synonym. So as Chance said, a synonym is what type of a word? Synonym is
Similar.
a similar word. So a similar word to adjacent would be next to. We already kind of talked about this. It's next to something, but I always like to think about this, and Deanne, make sure you're getting these notes down. Next to and touching. So if you want to put touching too, I would put next to or
Touching.
touching. Absolutely.